can predict biological age surprisingly well, but here is the real question. Does it actually understand aging? If you read a sentence by looking at single letters, can you understand the meaning? Of course not. But in biology, we sometimes do something similar. Hi, I am Elena, and this is Bioinformatics Today. I am still learning bioinformatics, and today I found something really interesting about AI and aging. Today's news. Recently, researchers have developed AI models that can predict biological age from gene expression and other omics data. These models are something called aging clocks. They take large datasets, for example RNA-seq or methylation data, and learn patterns that correlate this age. And they can be very accurate. But what surprised me is that several recent studies point out a limitation. These models often capture correlation but not necessarily the regulatory mechanisms that actually drive aging. In other words, they can tell what changes with age, but not always why it changes, why it matters. This matters a lot for longevity research. If we want to slow aging or design therapies, we need to understand causal mechanisms, not just patterns. A gene, what changes this aging, might only be downstream effect, not a real driver. And if we target the wrong thing, therapies may not work. This connects to a bigger idea I also read about. Correlation does not imply causation in biological systems. If you enjoy short, practical bioinformatics news like this, tap like and follow the channel. What I learned today is something that really changed my thinking. Genes don't act alone. Their meaning depends on context, on combinations of transcription factors, regulatory elements, and chromatin state. Professor Kell actually released a very interesting video about this on our channel recently, and I really recommend it. One of the key ideas is that a transcription factor is not simply an activator or repressor. Its function depends on the regulatory context, like a letter in Word. The same element can lead to different outcomes depending the system around it. So maybe AI models that focus on individual signals miss this deeper combinational logic. This is why approaches that reconstruct regulatory networks are important. Instead of looking at genes one by one, they try to understand the structure, which transcription factor controls which genes, and how pathways influence these regulators. Platforms like GeneXplain work with curated knowledge about transcription factor binding, regulatory modules, and signaling pathways. The goal is to move from pattern recognition to mechanistic understanding. So, today I learned AI can read the signals of aging, but understanding agents means understanding the regulatory grammar behind those signals. That is still a big challenge. See you next time.